Season 3 finale of the Style Chronicles. I am your host, Terrence Styyles, who I've always been since the beginning of Season 3, 2, and 1. And I'm here with my lovely, my lovely co-hosts. I have like 3 of them in here. First,
Kionne T.H.
Yes, then, and finally,
the Danielle Baker.
Yes! My 3 women!
Ow. Who run the world? Girls. Hey. Hey, you set yourself up for this.
I need more testosterone on the show. It's just me and all these girls. I need testosterone. In Season 4, I need some male co-hosts to sit in sometimes. So email me, the Style Chronicles at gmail.com.
And where?
It's gmail.com.
So you sure you ain't handling the libations right?
Not yet. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Maybe you shouldn't touch it.
But no, seriously, that would be hot. I need to have some male co-hosts for Season 4. Huh. You gonna be sick anytime soon?
That is so wrong. That's what I got to say. On October 7th through July. The whole season. The whole season. I think I'm going to have a Monday flu. Okay?
I'm so massive. You know I'm massive. I joke, I kid.
You know she telling stories. She done threatened to walk out.
I know, right? She has.
So let me get back on the football field.
Oh God, then it's definitely over. You better not. You gonna mess up your meniscus.
You actually got close this time.
I don't know. I probably said a mucus or something.
I cannot. You definitely messed it up the first time.
All right. Whoosh. All right, guys, we have a really special guest in the studio. One of my favorite women, one of my favorite people, one of my favorite people who's always there in my corner to give me good advice, to put me on a straight and narrow sometimes, to snap me out of things sometimes, to let me know what my worth is a lot of times, to not let my talent go to waste a lot of times. She's a very good friend of mine, and as well as my boss lady, aka my manager, none other than my boss lady, Stephanie Anderson.
Hey. First of all, I just have to say, whatever Terrence and Kionne, whatever y'all had before you came here, I need some of that.
It's the same 5-hour energy drink.
No, I don't want any of that. Anything but that. But
I forgot to say something about that. I so don't believe
Right,
it.
exactly. Really genuine.
let me tell you, I take those sometimes, and it's never done that for me.
Right.
Okay?
Like
So,
genuine, you must have added something to that
He had some quote special.
He had some TGT in the drink.
I'm like, it ain't no way.
No way. Ain't no way. Why you be bringing up a song? Why can't I?
I'm known for that. You're
Okay, I can be known too. I'm known, son. This is my territory, son. I can do it too, son.
Look, you know he wants some more testosterone. Just give him a break today. Okay? Just give him a break today.
That's why I got my cousin in the studio and stuff. And everything, son. Oh my gosh. Boss lady, how you been?
I have been rebuilding.
I know that's right. I see it all over Facebook. That rebuild. You better rebuild. Yes, rebuild. Yes.
One brick at a time.
Yes,
I love it.
One brick at a time. It's a slow process, but it's steady, and it's gonna be, the comeback is gonna be amazing.
I love it.
So,
I love it.
I can't wait.
I love it. So tell people about your management company, your management consulting company.
Okay, so it's SLA Management and Consulting LLC. Those are my initials, Stephanie Lisa Anderson.
AKA Boss Lady. AKA Fly Lady.
I love that nickname you give me, Boss Lady. I see people out there like, oh, I know you. You're Teronce's Boss Lady. Right. How you doing?
You know how people do. As soon as they hear a name, somebody say they're gonna run. They run with it. They run with
it's so funny when people come up to you in the street, but it is a small business management, talent management, event planning, image consulting company, and let's just say I'm a Jackie of all trades.
Yes, you are.
And you know, of course, Terrence. You know, Terrence was my very first client.
Numero
uno, and nobody can replace him.
Oh.
And you know, when nobody believed in me, Terrence was like, "Look, I think I need you to be my manager." I was like, "Okay, come on, let's do this."
And we've been riding the rides
ever since. That's right.
Thick and thin. Yes.
Good, bad, and or ugly. I tell you.
Yes.
But it's been a good ride. It's been a lot of bumps in the road, but that's a part of the business.
Right.
And as you say that I'm always there to give you advice, you have been holding me down the last couple weeks. I know if you were a shrink and you were charging me, I would owe you so much money right now. I would. I'd be in the negatives.
In the negatives, right?
Okay.
It's all good.
I would be in the
You
negatives.
be there when I need an ear to vent and talk about things. So, I mean, it's just rightfully so that I return the favor. So.
Yes, and you give the best advice. Sometimes all you need to do is just step outside of yourself and let somebody who can see from the outside looking in what it is you're going through, because they have probably been through it too. And lo and behold, we have been through some of the same stuff.
Oh my gosh, yes.
The players might be different, but the game is the same.
Yes.
Yes, so.
Oh. I mean, please don't get me
Right,
preaching.
I'm
The finale, don't do it, boss lady. Cause you know I will preach. I should have been a preacher.
Season finale.
Right.
We're gonna break out.
Television. Wait, television does it. Why can't we? We be back next Monday for part 2 of the season. Right, that's what I was saying. Oh my gosh. Right. Like we ain't got enough time. Oh my gosh. But yeah, sometimes I feel like, should I have been a preacher? Because I be going in sometimes. I just need to let it out of my chest.
Honey.
Danielle know, Retta, everybody in this room know how I am. Especially if something I'm passionate about and irritates me to no end. Woo!
Yes. Church. Hallelujah.
Right? Right, exactly. Coming under.
I should have tied my yellow bow tie.
Now that was right on time. Terrence, you're so silly.
I know.
Y'all ain't right.
Oh my gosh.
Don't let me get my holy water.
Oh Lord. Oh no. Please
I'll
don't.
be sprinkling.
Oh my gosh. So throughout your time with having your company, what are some of the highlights that fills you up? It's just like, you know what, I'm supposed to be doing this.
Well, of course, it's working with fantastic people who appreciate what I do, such as yourself. But it also allows me the opportunity to meet new people, such as Kionne. I met Kionne through Terrence. And it's, you know, that when I can see and be around all this talent and realize that I can help people get to another level, it's very, very rewarding. I don't like to really sit around and talk about what I'm going to do or how I'm going to do it. I just want you to sit back and let me show you what I can do.
Right.
And, you know, with that piece, with the event piece, I mean, a lot of people, I don't know, some of our listeners may have seen me help you with some of your shows where we don't sit down. We're just moving 100 miles an hour from start to end.
Yes.
And I mean, that's
we pass out later.
Yeah, we do. Right. But you know, you get it done. It's one of those things. I figured out how to make my ADD work in my favor.
Right.
And it's, you know, it's interesting. I've done small scale to very large scale events, and anything from charity events to fashion shows. And, you know, I ran into somebody on the street. They're like, I know you from somewhere. I said, oh yeah, you were at the harbor when Kaz did his show at the National Harbor. But all I saw was a street just running back and forth and running back and forth. I said, yeah, that was probably me. You didn't get to enjoy the show. No. Most likely not.
You never get to enjoy the show.
But it's okay.
Until you watch it on a DVD. You're like, oh, that's what happened?
Right. Yeah. My hair looks bad.
Right, exactly. That's after it.
Right,
so,
right. But, you know, that's part of it. And, you know, when people, you know, working with great people that also have fantastic connections that pull me in to work with them because they've seen what I can do, that's always a plus too. So, you know, it's so much joy from so many different sides that I get from doing what I'm doing that, you know, every time the chips get down and I feel like maybe I should do something else.
No, that's
right.
negative.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So
it's nothing but negativity and the devil getting in your ear telling you you can't do this.
Yes.
That's all that is.
Yes.
You gotta knock that devil out the way and say, use a lie.
Right. Right. And something that has been so profound, and I think we talked about this, you know, on a personal level, is that, you know, a lot of people just want to see you fail.
Oh,
just
sure it is. They waiting in the wings like this.
It's for you to fall flat on your face so they could, you know, try to shine on your failure.
And but pick up right where you left off. Like, all right, I got this. I can make it even better. But you can never be who I am.
Right.
Never, ever.
Right. Absolutely. Hallelujah.
Right. Never. You could try to implement what I've done, but it's never going to be like I would do it, ever.
Right. Right. And you won't give off the energy that I give off.
Exactly.
You know, because that's specific to me.
Right. Exactly.
So, but yeah, it's been a journey, and I wanted to throw the towel in, but you know, like I said, that comeback is gonna be so sweet.
I won't allow you to do that.
Well, yes, you won't.
Right.
I know you gotta be knocking on my door in the morning.
I know where you live. I know where you live. I will find you.
I be looking at the people.
I know where you work. I will find you. You cannot hide from me. God darn it. Heck no.
I know you would too.
But you know what the thing is that you know sometimes we have to make changes in what we do. But never stop what we're doing. We might take one thing, maybe add something else. Take away a client, get rid of a client, add another client. Like changes is good, but just stopping it all, altogether completely. No, I don't recommend that for you.
And listen to your gut. If your gut feeling is pulling you in a certain direction, listen to it.
Yes, indeed.
I've definitely learned that.
Even if you don't want to listen to it and it hurts you to listen to it, listen to your gut.
Yes.
Please.
Definitely. Definitely.
So.
I want to tell you, since you're here in person on air, that you being a part of my life has helped me to know my worth. As far as me further along in my career, going, especially in my transition, going from being heavy into styling and producing fashion shows, and now into, gearing back up into my acting career and hosting events and radio hosting and things of that sort. So I appreciate you being there in my journey of transition, because I know probably for other people it wouldn't be easy, and probably well, Timmons, what are you doing? Like, you need to stick with what it is that you know versus doing what I would ultimately love to do versus something that I know I can do but don't really have a passion for anymore. So I appreciate you just saying, I'm going to be here with you through it all, the transition and everything. So, and just being able to believe in my talents and believe it is what I do, and trust in me to be a leader in my own career versus me having you say, you need to hold my hand to get me through anything, and trusting that I'm my own motivator. Because a lot of people feel as though that if those that have managers, that they are supposed to just wake them up in the morning and say, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that, and versus being their own motivator. You have to motivate yourself, and your manager's just there to make sure you're on the right, straight and narrow, and going down that path. And to manage, not to babysit me, not to call me up, well, what you doing now? Or Terrence, why do you do this? Or, and for those that are your clients now and your future clients, they need to be proactive in their own career. Because if you're not going to be proactive, then what makes you think your manager is going to be? Your manager needs to see that you're proactive in your own career and you're making steps so they know what steps you're making. They can add to those steps to make your steps even bigger than what they are.
It's a team effort.
Right.
Definitely.
And, you know, we talked about this too. I'm a cornball. So, you know, for me, team is together, everyone achieves more.
Right.
And, you know, that sticks with me. I learned that when I was like in grade school, but it sticks with me when I play sports and what I do today. I mean, it can't be done. One person can't do all the work. It has to be a partnership. You guys have to work together. Have to be in the same book, on the same page at all times.
Right.
Otherwise, it doesn't work. I mean, you and I have great communication, whether it's telephone, email. It's consistent, you know, and it's okay if things fall through the cracks. One person is there to, you know, to pick that up and follow suit. But it can't just rest alone on one person. If that's the case, then I'll be doing what you're doing.
Right.
And I will be doing what you're doing.
Absolutely.
Exactly. So
Absolutely.
it's like you said, it's a partnership, and communication is important. I'm a communicator. Do I mess up? Yeah, because I'm human. Some things I do mess up on communication, but you're there to say, I'm Terrence. Did you send me? You said you send me. I was like, oh. I'm sending it right now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like, I just hit the send button.
Right. I just sent it right now.
Right.
Because it's been times I got so much going on in my life. I'm like, boss lady, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna send it right now. Or same with you. I'm like, boss lady, right? It's the same thing because we have other things going on in our life. So it's like sometimes you could be all over the place, and sometimes I am. It's not being as far as unorganized, but you're just doing so many things.
Right.
Things sometimes fall through the cracks.
And look, then I get mad when I did it, but nobody has replied.
Oh, right.
And so Terrence is like, did you send? Oh, hold on. I sent that email to them like 4 days ago and nobody replied. Okay, I need you to give me their contact number so I can reach back out to them. And, you know, it's a team thing, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
And, you know, usually, you know, it works. I mean, you and I have one of the best client relationships with you, of course, and friendship. But it's just, it's a joy. I wish people could take a page out of your book or 2 or 3.
Right.
Just take the whole book off.
Right, yeah.
But
You check it out, bring it back.
It took some time to get to that level because it was things that I was missing in my own life that I had to check my own self.
Right.
I don't like to, even though I don't mind criticism, I like to check my own self.
Yeah.
And look at my own. I think the problem that a lot of people have is that they don't look themselves in their own mirror.
Right.
They when they look in the mirror, they see something that's glamorous and flawless.
Right.
Like, I'm gonna need you to look in the mirror again.
Right.
Like, there's a whole lot of flaws.
Yeah.
And see the truth. People look in this mirror and think it's perfect.
They just see roses.
Right.
Never
No. You still got a lot of work to do on
I'm
yourself.
gonna need you to lift that rug up and see
Right.
all the stuff that's under it.
And I'm not, no way am I
Definitely
saying that I'm
inside.
perfect, but you gotta be able to check yourself.
You do.
Because if you don't check yourself, somebody's gonna check you and it's gonna be a lot worse and
Yes.
you're not gonna like it.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Clearly not gonna like it. My lord.
Now I want to say something.
Sure.
I've said this to you before, but like now we're on air. It's like the formal, way to get it out. I can be formal now. And I will say, no, Terrence gonna be like, oh Lord.
Oh lord.
EOM.
Oh lord.
I will say that first and foremost, EOM, it may not became what it was supposed to be, but I think if we look back at that time and the talent that we had and see how everybody has grown since then,
yes.
it was what exactly it was supposed to be.
Right.
I know for me, that was my pruning season, and Lisa was right there yoking me up like, look, you need to do this like this. Plain and simple. Don't do this because whatever you're putting out doing this is not you.
Right.
And when child, I could still go back there.
But you know what? It's funny you said that though. I'm gonna piggyback on it. It's funny you said that because I didn't usually talk about it. You talk about it like, and I'm like, oh god. But how you just put it, I didn't even really think about it like that. Like, it could have became so much more, but apparently it was just enough to get people who was a part of it where they are right now.
Right.
Well, no, the people that were really hungry.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
there were some
Right,
people
sure.
there that just wanted to be in front of a camera or a part of something.
Sure.
But then there were people like Kionne that was hungry. I could see the fire in her eyes all the time.
Right.
And I could see other people that when we gave them criticism, they were just like, ugh.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, and it wasn't to tear them apart. It was to help build them.
Yeah.
And this is what you look. I mean, to get you where do you ultimately want to be? You want to be here, so this is what we're trying to tell you to get there. Absolutely. I'm not going to steer you wrong if I don't know. Absolutely. I'm not going to give you false information until I find out what the answer is.
Before I became what I'm doing now, I used to model, and I heard people tell me all of those things that we told you guys. And you know, but the difference is, it was always on the back end after they said, "Oh, you didn't get the job." You know, so
versus telling you right in front.
And that's just telling you right
now.
front.
Say, like on the line with your consulting, like I can tell people that first and foremost, you're honest. Like you don't beat around no bush.
No, she did not beat around no bush.
It's that honesty that you need. It's not the honesty to make you feel some kind of way about yourself, unless if you're a weak-minded person or whatever, you will. But that's not the intent. It's just because of her passion to see you do better, to see you meet your potential.
I love her. See? Girl power.
Right.
Girl power.
Exactly.
But it's just like I said, from that day, like you said, some people will take it like, she on the red party.
Oh, that's a good idea. I'm just seeing people in all red.
Scary.
That's scary. I felt, that's a little eerie. I feel like I'm hell. I don't like that. Nah, because I won't come. I'll wear something else.
And then you know they'll accent with black. So.
Right. I'll wear like green or something.
So you look like Christmas.
Right. They should go around Christmas. Yeah, there you go. Some of my other memorable guests were SOS, Sharella LaBella. Yes, Sharella. Richie Scott and Damon Maurice Bouvier from The Morning Wood Show. Yes, as I said, the women from the Barker Foundation. And I love the Ahmads.
Yes.
The Ahmads are everything. They were on a Chronicle that we had called In Honor of Love. It was in February for, we wanted to have couples on for around Valentine's Day and talk about love. And they're a friend of Kionne's. I've never met them before. When I say I fell in love before I told them, I love y'all. Like, their story is, oh my gosh, Danielle, that story is so unique.
Wow.
Like, if you were here, you'd have been like my jaw kept dropping. Like, what? Huh? You serious? Oh my gosh. Who the... Kionne, I went off.
He did.
Retta, I went off. Like, I was like, huh? Get out of here. What? Yeah, the Ahmads, I love y'all. Like, hands down. Like, y'all one of the best couples I've ever met in my life.
Wow.
They're Teronce's new best friend.
They are. And they don't even know it. They're my best friends. I mean, they know now, but they didn't know it then. But they knew it before they left. They were my best. Yeah.
They were his new best friends.
Yes. What are some of you ladies' favorite Chronicles? You know what? First, I'm going to go to Danielle, because Danielle, you were here for the whole month of May. What were some of the Chronicles that stood out? We did Hairology, we did Makeup Please, we did Who's the Boss. Yeah, there was the three that we did.
I loved all of them.
You loved all of them?
I felt like all of the guests was very knowledgeable about their field. They was very inspiring and passionate. I felt like they were kind of like a team because they were sharing information while they were here. Everybody had a great personality.
True.
You know, we act up.
Right.
Like,
exactly.
We had a good time. And you know, plus it's in the field of fashion, so at the same time I was able to really get a gist of what everybody's doing, do some networking a little bit. And
we had a little reunion.
We definitely Ravick and Shelly that came in the building, like all of that.
That was
real good.
That was really good. It was. Rita, what some of your favorites? Cause you were here most of the season. Yes. Yeah, what you were here like from the New Year back, right? Or were you here? You were mostly here in the New Year when we came back. Right, you were here in the New Year. Yes, you came back in. So you were here since January?
No, I was here in December.
Oh, were you here in December? Okay, December. Okay. So you've been here for a few of them, quite a few.
It's hard to say. I concur with a lot of the ones that you chose for reason being a lot of them I dealt with.
Right. Okay.
Discussing suicide, Heal a Woman to Heal a Nation. Because if you've been through various things, and I actually had the opportunity to attend their convention, they are awesome women. Just genuine, personable, very loving, very caring. It wasn't about, oh, you my girl, da-da-da-da-da. It wasn't that cliquish thing. Right. Just everybody was genuine. They had everyone to interact. So that was that and that crazy Sharella.
I know, right? I definitely got
her
her back.
personality and her spirit.
Yeah.
I say that every time. Sharella is. You have to be a person you can't be a person who is up on themselves. You can't be that type. You have to be a person who is not. When I say loose, I mean you're not uptight. You're free with who you are. You're grounded.
Yes.
You accept your flaws and you learn from them. You know that you're human. You make mistakes and you learn from them. And you know that at the end of the day you're human. Like I appreciate Sharella because Sharella's been through a lot since I've met her, and just seeing her transition to the woman that she is today.
She's gone through quite a metamorphosis.
Yes, to see how the woman that she is today.
Very empowering too.
I appreciate her even more than when I first met her. Like, it's beyond words. I can't put it all in words, but you have to be. Yes, Sharella.
Yes.
Like you just have to be the type of person that can appreciate her spirit, because her spirit is unique. It's it's not like any other person you will possibly meet. You may find somebody close to it, but nothing. And I can go months without seeing Sharella. I can go a year without seeing Sharella. And when I see her again, it's like we just picked up right where we left off. And I appreciate Imorje introducing me to her because she's just a jewel.
She is.
In her own right.
She truly is.
Nobody ever can be a Sharella LaBella. Ever. Yeah. Ever. Yes, ever. Right. Who are some of the others?
Mr. Joe Smith. It was a joy speaking
yes,
with him.
Joe Smith was
I
good.
actually spoke with him after.
Okay.
We had a very just awesome conversation. Oh my goodness. I don't really think there was one that I did not like because I learned a lot, and it helps you to go back and check yourself.
Oh, don't it?
Wow.
It's crazy you said that because I be putting this stuff together, right? Kionne and I, we just put it together. I think of it, Kionne, like, oh, I like that or whatever, or no, don't do that. And I don't realize what I might learn from it. I'm so cautious of my listening audience learning something, but I learned something from every chronicle that we've had, and I've shocked my own self. Like, what? How? Like, just mind blowing. So I'm with you. It's like everyone you can't find. You might have somebody you might like. It was good, but not maybe one of my least. But yeah, it's like what you said. You learn something from all of them.
Even with MJ. I went home, and that night I just sat and I meditated, and I'm like, oh my goodness, that was for me. I needed to hear that, which took me somewhere completely different. And it's like, okay, I need for you to stop going back here because that's gone, that's done. Leave it alone. Look at where you are now. Look at what you have. Look at what you've accomplished. Stay focused. So I've gotten back to being focused on what I need to do, what I'm supposed to do.
Right.
And then even with today, I love this guy. He has not been on the show. I hope one day you can get Raven on the show.
Oh, Raven.
Raven just became a life coach.
Okay.
And having conversation with him, it put me in the mindset of MJ. The way their speech, their thought patterns, and the way they present things, I could see the two of them together.
Right.
Doing seminars. They are phenomenal men. But yeah, that night I really had to go home and sit and think about some things. And it was actually after all the shows, even with adoption, because I didn't know there were 18-year-olds that were looking to be adopted. I thought it was a certain age range.
Right.
So it just helped me to see a lot of different perspectives on different things that I would never even think of.
Right.
So again, and I said it on your page.
I did. You did.
Thank
And when I
you.
read that, I couldn't even respond because I was like, how do you respond to something like that? Like it was just, I just looked at it and I went back and I waited a couple of days and I looked at it again. I was like, me personally, I don't do what I do. The things that I do in my life, I don't do it to get gratification. For people to say, "Oh my God, you're awesome. Oh my God, you should get like you're fat." Like I don't do that. And when people do say that to me, I feel weird because I don't do it to get those kind of accolades. my thing is I like when I was telling you, Kionne, when I was saying we was at the white party and somebody said, "Oh my God, I listened to your show. I love it." Like that gives me goosebumps because it's like, oh my gosh, like I'm touching somebody. Like that's what's important to me. If I told Kionne, like around the time we first started this almost 3 years ago, I said if we could just touch one person during this show, I'm satisfied.
Yes.
Because it just takes one person, because that one person can go to another person and go to another, and it's a domino effect. And that's all I've ever wanted. And the people to learn from the show, you know, wisdom, knowledge, have something that they can hear and they can relate to. And if they want to say something, they can. If they don't want to and they just want to sit back and hear, that's fine too. So when you sent that on my page, I was like, I was speechless. I was literally speechless. I probably should have put speechless. But I was. Because I was just like, I appreciate you for saying those things. I really, really do. Because sometimes in my own life, I don't know what it is that I'm doing is what I'm supposed to be doing. And because sometimes you get in your own way. It's like, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Like, what is my purpose? Like, and I get into that zone sometimes. And a lot of the Chronicles that we've had, my drives home from the studio, I sometimes don't play any music and I just sit in my car and drive and just and go back from the show and just think about like, how did we do that? Like, how did that come together? Because I don't have any idea how the show's gonna go. I just know that we book the guests, we have the guests on, I follow up with them to come on the show, and it just happens. So after the fact, it's like, Lord, you are everything.
Yes.
Like, heck yeah, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? It's
confirmation.
Yes. I'm like, yes, Lord. Yes. You know what I mean? Like, don't take this talent away from me. No. I'm holding on to this. It's mine. And nobody can have it. I mean, I'll share it. No. You can have some. I'll share. But yeah, so, I'm glad with you being, you know, guest host and coming in, you know, when you can. I'm glad that you learn from it. I'm glad when Danielle, when you've been here, you learn from it.
Absolutely.
And when our guests come in and learn from each other.
Right.
And then Kionne and I are learning from the guests.
Right.
And the guests learning from us. That is freaking awesome. We're all learning.
And that's something we should aspire to do on a daily basis. It's not you go from grade to grade to grade and, oh, I'm done. You never want to stop learning.
Right.
Never.
Ever.
If you ever want to stop learning,
You
there's
have
a
an
problem.
issue. And
It's
as
called
long as,
evolution.
Yes.
Exactly.
and as long as you remain humble and
my
genuine,
gosh. Humility.
That's our word.
we don't talk that often. But Sunday night, I get so excited because you opened up your heart to have me come in and do this.
Of course.
In a place where a lot of people don't think I'm shy. I'm a very shy person. So for me to come in and be able to do this, you don't know what you've done for me on the inside, because I'm still growing. We should all be aspiring to continue to grow on a daily basis. People say, oh, but you get on the runway, you get in front of a camera, you do this. That is something completely different.
It is.
When I had to go and stand before I don't know how many young ladies and discuss what I've gone through, it's like this show, although I'm sitting behind a microphone, it helps to build up my courage to be able to go and stand in front of them, thank you, and be able to tell them and share with them my story and what I've gone through and where I am. So again, on air, Timmons, I love you to life. Thank you for this opportunity.
You're very welcome.
I really appreciate it.
You're very welcome. I knew that I knew that you could do it. I'm the type of guy that I see certain things in people that they don't see in themselves, and people say the same thing to me when I don't think I can do things. And I saw it in you. We've known each other for quite some time.
Take over. Is that what you said?
Always good.
They are.
Yes.
The shade of it all.
We'll see if I'll be available for any more H&K takeovers next year.
Yes, because we have to do part 2.
Yes, we definitely do part 2. Yes, part 2.
Yes, part 2. Yes.
So yes, and not to say that this is the first and foremost most memorable one, but because it was an Agent K takeover, I have to mention it. Women and Their Sexuality, where we discovered the occupation of being a sexual anthropologist. Well, go ahead, Bella. Bella and Sharella. Oh, can you imagine?
Oh, you get both of them for one. Oh, that would be everything. Yes, everything. Yes.
We would need a part 2, 3, 4, 5.
Right?
Yes.
Ooh.
Season 4.
Ah.
Of course, all the ones that you mentioned, Terrence. There's no need to re-mention any of those.
Okay.
But one, that's close and dear and near to my heart. Got Curves.
Oh,
We Got Curves. I think it was We Got Curves this year.
Yes.
With my curvaceous sisters. When we had Model Appreciation Month, of course, you gotta represent with the plus size, women of size, as you say, right. The curvy, yes, the vivacious,
yes, darling, yes, darling, yes,
the models with the junk in the trunk,
yes, darling, giving me life, darling, yeah.
And Terrence, I didn't think about it until when I was thinking about recapping that show. How special that show was. We had Sharice, and we had, of course, Morgan. And for both of us, we had
Challenge Your Limits.
Ooh.
Yes, honey.
I love that one. That's good. I love that one. I love it. Throughout this season, it's I love, like I said, I love every chronicle that we've had. Do I have some that were some of my least favorite than others? Yes. But I like to give balance in the chronicles that we do throughout the season, because I don't always want it to be serious all the time, because people's like, that show, the Style Chronicles, they always talk about stuff serious all the time. It's gonna make me want to slit my wrist.
It's making me depressed.
Right, exactly.
I need to take a pill.
Right, but on the flip side, I don't want to always be fun and games until they ain't never serious. They're always laughing all the time.
Right. You want to talk about the root.
Right, but every chronicle that I can think of, we've laughed, regardless if it was serious or not. And how our show is mapped out is that we dedicate our first hour to us. Pretty much when we do our weekend, we'll kind of go explain this just a little in detail. The first hour, because a lot of people, when we have guests on, I tell them to be here at 8. But when I'm promoting the show, I say 7 to 10, and they become confused. They're like, well, am I supposed to be at 7 or am I supposed to be at 8? Well, the 7th is when the show starts. So the 7 o'clock hour to 8 o'clock hour is when we're doing our weekend recap, which is...
It's now us time.
Right, it's like we're opening ourselves, not completely, but we're opening ourselves, right, to our listening audience, to let the listening audience know that we're human beings and we're just like you are. Sometimes we have good weekends, sometimes we don't. And sometimes I get on, I'm like, I ain't do nothing but study. Or
that's the weekend I do a lot of stuff.
Right, and that's the weekend you do a lot of, we flip-flop. So it's times I do a lot and sometimes I don't. And I think that's a good way to just let people know that we're human and we're just like you are. And then we do our Style Report to let you know. We know everybody likes to know what's going on in entertainment. Everybody want to know what's going on with the Kardashians, what's going on with the R&B divas, the basketball wives. So I try to give that, what's going on in the movies, fashion. So I try to give that balance so people say, oh, I learned something today. Well, I didn't know that, or whatever. So we try to give you a good amount of stuff in that 1 hour. And then the 8 o'clock to the 10 o'clock hours when we dedicate it to whatever guests we're going to have on the show. So to give you clarification, that's pretty much how our show runs. 7 o'clock hours dedicated to, weekend recap, style report, and then we get into whatever our chronicle is and our guests. So pretty much that's going to be the same format, season 4.
It's organized,
yeah,
people.
Exactly.
It's organized.
It's organized.
I got to tell you, I listen to a lot of online radio shows. All you hear is people talking over each other. And it's refreshing to listen to yours because you do have a format.
Right.
And you are organized and you guys have a plan of action. It's not just like
people trying to out-profound each other.
Like, what?
Right. I ain't hearing nothing y'all saying.
What? Y'all still talking about that? 10 minutes later.
Right.
Moving on.
Right.
Yeah.
So as they say, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Right.
So if it's not broke, you don't need to fix it. It's already established. So, and I'm sad to go, but I need this break. I'm sorry. I need it. I need the break off the air because, trying, and a lot of people always say, well, why you guys take a break? Like, I don't get it. Well, we take a break because me personally, I can't work on the new season and still be doing the old season.
Right.
and I try to tell people, it's like television. They take a hiatus for the summer, for a couple months, and they come back with a new season. That's the exact same thing we're doing, which is we need to take a break. We got to rejuvenate. We got to refresh. Kionne needs to work. Her hair needs to get bigger.
Yes, it has to
for the next season. Watch when I say, when we come back in October, because we're going to shoot a promo for the season premiere. So watch for the season premiere and watch how
the afro gonna be
it's going to take over half my face.
When I did natural was within my first season.
Yep.
Within my first season of the Style Chronicles, so I had to do the baby bush,
Yep,
and that was like
right. So half of her hair is going to take over my face. You're like, where's it's Teronce no longer the host. Right. I'm like, so I'm like, ooh,
you gonna smile.
I got a good concept. Oh, I got a good concept. Oh, I'm gonna talk about it all day. I can't do it now. I know. I already know the concept.
I gotta see the vision.
I already know the concept for the promo for our season. For premiere. Oh, I already got it. Oh, wait till I tell you off air. It's gonna be sick. Because you know the one last year was like they were shaking the camera like we wasn't ready and we was jumping on. Oh, I got a good one. Oh God, I can't forget it. Okay.
Anyway, you falling out my bush.
No. It's close to it. It's close to it. It's close to it. It's close to it.
I cannot do it. I hope nobody gets hurt doing this.
I'm paddling. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's close to it. Oh my gosh. I so got a vision. Oh my gosh. It's gonna be hot. Okay. So,
let me fan him.
oh my gosh. This has been an awesome season 3. Of course it could get better, but I just had a good old time. I really did. I enjoyed myself. I want to thank all of the guests that have been on the show. I want to thank Retta. I want to thank Danielle for being our guest co-host. Boss Lady, thank you for coming in and sharing this moment with us.
Thank you.
Like it was a good season, and even though I'm sad to end the season, I need a break. We both need a break. Kionne and I need a break, but we're gonna be working because we're working for to better for season 4, and give you more for your ear, more for you to listen to, more for things for you to talk about. And Retta and Danielle, the doors of the Style Chronicles are always open. You just say, hey, I'm coming up, or just pop through. Boss Lady, I'm going to get to you. I'm going to get to you. I'm going to get to you.
Don't worry, you already booked for the ABK takeover.
Right.
Wink, wink.
We don't even know when that's going to be.
It doesn't matter.
All right. So you going to have an Agent K takeover while I'm here?
It wouldn't be a takeover.
But no, there was a partial. There was a partial. Mr. Ohio. Yeah, that was a partial.
Oh, it was a partial. It sure was when I went to Ohio. All right. Oh, right. My voice was gone. Oh, I forgot about that one. That was when MJ was here. Yeah. Yes, my voice was done. Boots. I didn't have it. But I'm like, who the hell is that? That ain't Teronce. I don't know who that. That's Teronce. That's what that was. But yeah, it was a partial. So yeah, you did have a kind of. Thank you, cute.
I should do an impromptu takeover. That probably mess you up, boo.
No, it wouldn't. I'll fall right in line. Because I told you, as long as I have a good chief, I don't mind being an Indian. I told you that. I say it again. I do not mind a chief as long as they're a good chief. I don't mind that. I'll be an Indian. If you're a good chief, I do not mind it at all.
Make sure you wear the hat.
Right, exactly. Exactly. But, yeah, what we going to say?
Me.
Oh.
Real quick, I just want to tell both of y'all how proud I am of y'all. Just to see from the first season to even know that y'all going into the 4th season.
Yes, because you've been on every season.
Every season.
That's right. You sure have. Yep, you sure have.
So just to see from where y'all was. What was y'all at? What was that at?
Oh, child. That was
you
in the
had to
basement.
be driving somewhere.
We were in the basement.
But just to see the growth, and I just pray that everything that y'all put out in other people and allowing them to get that opportunity to talk about their business or just reconnect with family or anything be poured back into your life.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I co-sign on that too.
Thank you, Boss Lady.
You guys are awesome.
Thank you. Boss Lady, the doors of the Style Chronicles is always open. You know that. I've been told you that.
They better be.
Yeah, right.
You're not playing.
All right, guys, we're gonna make room for the 90s Play Lounge. Kimmy A is coming up, and yeah, so if you like 90s music, definitely want to keep it locked. Kimmy A is gonna be sticking around for you guys. We will be back on October the 7th. Mark it on your calendar. But you will be hearing the best of the Style Chronicles throughout the 2 months that we're away. Starting next Monday, August the 5th, will be the best of. We'll still be promoting it. You still be needing to listen to it. If you need to catch up. Until October the 7th, we got work to do. We got a job, baby.
All right.
So I want to give my last Chronicle message. You ladies had a last Chronicle message? Oh, you do? All right, so we're going to give our last Chronicle message for tonight before we end the season. So who's going to go first?
Once my technology corresponds, I can go first.
Okay.
All right, are you ready?
Hi, it's Retty. That's
That's
the last time she's going to go for the season. Go ahead.
This is the last time I get to stare you down.
Oh. You're right. No, you're going to stare me down in the meeting.
Right.
Right.
Okay. Why waste time and energy being anything else but yourself, especially when you wake up as yourself every day?
Ooh, say that again.
Why waste time and energy being anything else but yourself, especially when you wake up as yourself every day?
What?
That was it.
That was so nasty. It was so good.
Yeah.
Left the taste in my mouth.
I got a good one too.
Okay.
If I could partake.
Oh, yes, definitely.
And so it is with life. What we see when watching others depends on the clarity of the window through which we look. So I ask you, how clean are your windows?
Ooh. I like that.
Okay, well, all our listeners just sitting too much is like.
I got a little one.
Go ahead.
Mine is, if your presence can't add value to my life, your absence will make no difference.
Oh! That was nasty too.
Yes.
Ooh, that was nasty. Ooh. Rita.
Good thought.
Breath.
Right.
Oh, God, I need to start wearing my glasses. One of the most important keys to success is having the discipline to do what you know you should do, even when you don't feel like doing it.
Nice. That's real.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Y'all had good ones. All right, here's my last Chronicle message of the season. This is by Joel Osteen. He said, "Bloom where you are planted." That's all I need to say.
Yes, Lord.
Bloom where you are planted. That is the last Chronicle message of the season. I want to thank everybody that has listened to the Style Chronicles. If you only listen once, I thank you. If you listen all the time, I thank you. Again, shout out to Miguel Dennis for being supportive of Kimmy A's show, The 90s Play Lounge, as well as the Style Chronicles. I appreciate you. As I said, coming up will be Kimmy A. We won't see her for a while, for like 2 months, but I'm missing her already. But yes, we love you from the bottom of our Chronicle hearts. Keep supporting and listening to the Style Chronicles. Until October the 7th, be peace.